We typically associate the word Dhamma with temples and rituals, a moral code for the religious. But the term actually describes a broader principle, the nature of every existing thing, from the movement of galaxies to the vibrating particles of quantum mechanics. In the original Pali language, Dhamma refers to any phenomena composed of parts. Under this definition, Dhamma is not a choice you make, it is the operating system of reality. It governs the actions of a criminal just as strictly as it governs the path of a person seeking enlightenment. Physical science is the study of how specific parts interact. But because Dhamma is the law governing the very existence of parts, the entire physical universe is a subset of this single concept. To understand this, we have to look at how we define objects. Take a machine as familiar as a car. If you remove the steering wheel, the tires, the chassis, and the wiring, the identity of the car dissolves.
The car was never a solid thing. It was a temporary arrangement of components. This logic applies to us as well. The human self is a temporary assembly of physical elements and shifting thoughts. We are a process of parts, not a permanent entity. This reveals the structural flaw in how we seek happiness. If we rely on an assembly of parts that is designed to eventually separate, our peace will inevitably break apart along with it. To manage these assemblies, we use an operating system called Sati Panya, or worldly wisdom. This is the intellect used for logic, memory, and managing the physical environment. Worldly wisdom is the tool we use to conquer space, advance medicine, and accumulate resources. It is the height of human intellectual achievement. However, worldly wisdom cannot bypass the decay of the parts it manages. No amount of wealth prevents the physical senses, like eyesight or hearing, from eventually failing as the body's assembly weakens. Science attempts to find peace by looking further and further into the external world. But searching for a permanent answer in a universe made of shifting parts is an endless loop. Worldly wisdom is built to sustain the body and organize society. It lacks the specific mechanism required to resolve the suffering of the mind. There is an ancient metaphor describing the external universe as the leaves in an entire forest, an infinite amount of distracting data. In contrast, the knowledge required to end suffering is represented by the leaves in a single hand. To see these specific leaves, we need the second operating system, Jnana Panya, or insight wisdom. Insight wisdom stops looking at the stars and starts observing the mechanics of a thought. It watches the exact moment a spike of anger or a surge of greed begins to assemble inside the mind. The shift happens when you realize that solving the riddle of the cosmos doesn't end pain. Turning your awareness sharply inward to see how your own mind constructs reality does. We can see the difference between these two systems in a simple act, doing a good deed. Worldly wisdom often treats charity like a transaction. We give with the expectation of a return, whether that's a favor, a better reputation, or a spiritual reward. Insight wisdom views merit as an internal state. It is the specific psychological joy of letting go. Spiritual practice is not measured by the dollar amount given or the size of the gesture. It is measured by the degree to which greed is absent from the mind of the giver. Even in meditation, there is a trap called vipassanupakulesa. It occurs when people become preoccupied with mystical experiences, such as seeing lights or hearing internal voices. These experiences are just another form of noise, parts of an assembly designed to distract the observer from the mind's raw nature. This logic is independent of religious labels or scientific trends. It is a static truth about the observer, unchanged for thousands of years. You can continue trying to dissect the infinite universe of parts, or you can begin to master the only thing that actually perceives it, your own mind.